Oh, you fucking don't. I was about to say, you better have been prepared with that shit, Jay Leno ass.
All right, we ready?
Yeah, fuck.
Fuck you. All
It's
right, what's
it's
up,
Jarrett's
everyone?
monologue, everybody. Everybody, it's
No,
Jarrett's monologue. Here we go.
it's not my monologue, you bitch. Nah, I told Luke, I was right before we started, I was like, hey, I got like a little opening as I do from time to time. And he was like, all right, with your Jimmy Kimmel ass. And then he's like, who's the dude with the big chin? And I'm like, Jay Leno. He's like, yeah, Jay Leno.
Bro, but you
Um,
gotta understand the thing that makes it real funny is how long it takes me to think of these references while I'm roasting him. The pauses in between the roast, I'll be like, motherfucking 2 minutes later, who's that dude with the chin? That's how it goes. It's not quick and witty. It's very uh stone mind, I guess we could call it. But
Stone Mind. Yeah. All
yeah.
right. I'm
Uh,
into that.
but I think
Um,
I think Jared has an intro, and I'm gonna let him actually do it.
oh my God. I think I forget, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. All right. So, we talked last episode about my crazy project that I'm embarking on. So that song's done and it'll be coming out very shortly, but I had to go out and take pictures for the album art tonight with my friend. And the song is like it references this diner, and like so much of it is just like about like going to that diner with a specific group of people. And so I was like, yeah, that'll be like the picture. And so we go there, me and my friend and her daughter, we go there to take this picture. And it was just really funny because we pull up and then we get out, and then we're practically standing like blocking the not the entrance to the diner but the entrance to the parking lot, trying to take this picture. And it's just like me, my friend, and her kid just like taking pictures, and then we just rolled out. And I was like, I wonder if anyone was like trying to enjoy a nice meal and they were just looking out the window saying like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh
So
yeah.
that's my
They
stupid intro. Thanks.
I whenever I take like pictures, um, which was only like 2 or 3 times, I actually recorded a music video, which is I don't know when the hell that's coming out, but one day. One day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I literally have a finished music video just sitting in the vault. Shout out to my boy Josh Hyland. It's looking great. We've had uh, COVID lungs.
COVID lungs. I was gonna say.
um, that's another thing. Never mind. I'm not even getting into that, but I was referencing how unhealthy I am and how I'm doing somewhat okay, but I'm not. I am, but I'm not. Like I'm short of breath and I have a cough. But
You're
I
right.
was I was fucking around, and now karma, like I said last episode, was hitting me. What was I talking about? What was I about to go off of?
Music video.
Oh, Josh Hyland. Big shout out to my boy Josh Hyland again. Yeah. So we recorded a whole music video. He probably re-edited it, um, 10 times because I was so specific. I literally got down to where I wanted a video. I swear to God, I love this kid for doing this for me. Um, I was like, I want this part to transition when the snare hits,
Right.
and on every snare hit. So we had to
Oh
take a bunch of
goodness.
fucking videos in different places, and the video is really fucking cool. Actually, my mind kind of came up with something pretty cool, and he really really like put it together for me. It's
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah. So like the video basically just changes on every fucking snare hit into a different clip, and like then I got the specifics of which clip I wanted it to change to
Oh
every single.
goodness.
Yeah. So he really hooked it up, but I have a really good idea. I'm gonna release a few tracks under Lofied, and I mean I'm gonna just kind of put it on like on a steak right here, it's probably this is the farewell to Lil Pie. Um,
Oh shit.
this is
Good
the
night, Lil
farewell.
Pie.
Yeah. But doesn't mean that I'm done making music. It just that moniker. I like that word. Was not me. Um,
Yeah.
so, but I think what we wanted to directly talk about was what so like what's our setup, right?
Yeah.
Um um what how that motivates us, right? Like how the setup helps us create music. Um what our favorite plugins, our favorite um gear
Gear,
slash
plugins.
instrument, because I don't really have much gear. But yeah,
Yeah, let's run it. What's your setup look like?
bro, you know my setup. I'd be rocking audio interface. Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Ready? I got
Yeah.
I technically am running two types of things going on. I got a mixer. It's actually it's a Mackie mixer from like the 90s. Um it's like 20 something channels. But I don't really use that for my mic anymore cuz it just it's too analogy. We've ran a couple podcasts with it. It just doesn't get the right tone. Kind of sounds it has like such a it crackles and pops and
It's just grainy.
yeah, it's not the
It's
best.
okay.
But you know what it's really good for? Flipping records. So I
Yeah.
connect this to flip records. So instead of even touching my EQ in my DAW, I just mess with the EQ on here, get the EQ that I like, and then just record straight from there. Put it into my Ableton Push, and then I have I could just show you real quick. I got the Launchpad, um,
Nice.
which I will run in session mode. So if you see, it goes into this little red thing. But if I have like certain loops that I made, I'll just like
Mm-hmm.
chop. So I'll chop them up. I'll throw my vocal patterns in here, all the patterns in there, and put them in these little, what is it? What are they called? Clips. They're called clips, but they're just like, if I can't show my screen, but basically it's just loops that I've created. And then I will use my Behringer to then I literally spent $110 on this just for these knobs and these buttons. That's like all
Right.
this is for. This controls my master, but like I don't really use that for my master. But
What is it?
so it is. So it's a MIDI controller. Like I can actually use this.
Okay.
I also use this when I go live. So I don't when I go live, I don't use this to the knobs or anything. I use it as like a switchboard, I guess is what they call them in like the Twitch community world, where you like
Interesting.
yeah, like I'll switch my screen just by pressing the MIDI on this controller, which is pretty cool because then I could just be talking and be like, oh, I'm gonna go into Ableton push mode, and then it's just like the side view of me jamming on my Ableton push, but all I gotta literally do is press one button and it switches for me. It's pretty dope.
Nice.
Also, big shout out to Dan. Dan Langston, hidden like literally the biggest shout out. This dude has been kind of putting our vision uh, in fruition, and especially helped out my live stream. My live stream looks amazing. I haven't live streamed in a bit. I think I might just live stream tomorrow, just cause like fuck it. But
Yeah.
besides that, then I, I have an audio interface, which is my focus, right?
Right.
I guess like the machine. I guess we could talk about that. I'm running an iMac,
Yeah.
2015, 8 gigabytes of RAM, but it's a i7. I think it's a SATA drive, not a hard drive. So
Interesting.
it's quick with pulling up like my audio files. But does not handle a lot of like, what are they called? I forget what they're fucking called. I call them groups because I group everything. All of my tracks, all the tracks. I can't get more than
like your buses, you mean?
no, like my tracks, like my tracks that I record into my MIDI and my audio. Like on Pro Tools you have
Okay.
tracks. Yeah, I can only have like 15 to 20, which is more than
Oh,
enough. Yeah.
before it's like fuck you, Luke. I
Yeah,
can't
so
handle
like
this.
it's more than enough for what I'm doing, but like for if you were to record into it, you would have a very difficult time. Well,
Right.
no, you wouldn't. You're not running any plugins really, right?
Well, not a whole lot during the recording stage of the game. I like to record everything pretty like raw and pretty dry. Um, I mean, it definitely depends on the artist's preference, but like when I'm recording, I'm running like bare minimum type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. But
Um,
yeah, what are you running?
okay, yeah, so my setup kind of looks like this. I'm not actually in the studio right now. I've been calling this little office thing upstairs Studio
Well,
B.
you got dogs in
um
the background, so
yeah, I mean, you couldn't see anything even if I didn't. But when I'm in my lab, my setup looks like this. I have to my left, I have my rack and Jack's rack on top of that. Jack has a nice rack. Okay, sorry, I just had to get that out. Um,
I
but
was
yeah,
thinking it
and
in my head. Don't worry.
yeah. So, um, you know, it's nothing crazy. Like we both have a Furman, power conditioner. We both have Focusrite Claret 8 Pre X. I
Yo,
have
Focusrite guys. Ooh, are we
yeah,
all
man.
the are we all the Focusrite boys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
I
So,
um I've been looking at one of those 2-channel clarets.
oh yeah, yeah.
What can you explain the difference for me? So the Scarlet is like it just is like an audio interface, and the Claret comes with like with compression or like what is
I'm trying to think. I can't necessarily highlight the differences between like the different like there's the sapphire and the scarlets and whatever. I went with the claret 8 pre X specifically because I need at least 8 channels, and right now I've got jacks connected to mine with the 8 at, so
you
we
have
got 6.
16?
Yeah, it's great because we've been putting anywhere between like 10 to 12, 13 mics on the drums, so it has really come in clutch. um and I'll get more into that as well when we start talking about the like workflow aspect, because that has a place in my setup as well. But anyway, so I went with the 8 pre X because I need 8 inputs. And I think the main difference between the 8 pre claret and the 8 pre X is on the 8 pre X. Each input has individual phantom power. Um, on the regular 8 pre, it's like your phantom power works in groups of 2. So like inputs 1 and 2 phantom power, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Um, I need that individual phantom power. Like I could have probably set it up in a way that it would have worked, but yeah, I like the individual phantom power. And it's also, like I said, I'm not super familiar with the Scarlets and how they work, but um like Focusrite control is sick because typically in input 1, I have the one kick drum mic. Now I can plug my guitar straight in to input 1, go into Focusrite control, switch to the instrument input, and then like I don't have to fuck with anything. Like I can just like go right in with a
Yeah,
click
yeah, yeah. I have
in
the same thing.
Focusrite
Yeah.
control. Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
so
that's
fucking dope. I mean, I
yeah,
don't
it's
use it
real
because my
nice.
thing is so small that everything, like, I just click it right here. Like, I can turn my mic off right now and it's right in front of me. I mean, that's like, so that's my biggest gripe about if I start getting like, more, like, if I get more recording gear, I'm gonna start being that guy who's gonna have like a whole entire board just sitting underneath of my desk, which is gonna have like the EQ compressor, fucking some fucking analog like texturing bullshit with like I'm just gonna start splurging. And I'm like, I'm fine with that because like this is my life, like putting money into like, but like at the same time, how many times do I record bands? Never. But
Right.
it, but like what it would be good for is like I really want to start bringing my Foley aspects into music and like just being able to like and then have the compressor right there from I using my computer less would be nice too, you know. There's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
for
of
sure.
great aspects for like having actual gear because like look, the plugins are great and even if like I'm using my stock plugins for everything, that starts to, you know, you put okay, so you have 15 channels or 15 tracks and 10 of them need compression. You could use it in a group, but like, you know, like you can't compress the snare the same as the hi-hat or like the hi-hat as the same as the kick.
Absolutely not.
No. So you got to put 3 compressors right there. So like it adds up, like right, like then you're probably working with 5 compressors on each. Or if you have 15 tracks, you're working probably with like yeah 5, 10,
I
5
mean,
to like
depending on how you're doing it. Yeah.
yeah. Because I use compression for like multiple reasons. Like one side chain, I side chain, and but that's like a group thing that I do. Like I can just add that to a group and it fixes the issue. Like you know what I mean?
Right. But
Like
you're not recording like you're not recording very much going in. So that workflow would look more like routing the the audio out like back out of the DAW into the compressor and like rewriting it. So you
yeah,
could that could be a workflow where like if you had a one channel outboard compressor, like you could route the audio out, compress your snare, write it, and then move on. Now
yeah,
it
and
sucks that
that's
like
but that's also something you can just do in Ableton already, right? Like you can just convert and then like so like all right, my MIDI, right? I do my MIDI real quick, bing bang bop, convert that to audio real quick with a command. Um, so you can already do that. So it's not something that I would have an issue with. You can literally go into your extensions real quick and then reroute the certain track to the say compressor extension that's coming out of your USB,
yeah.
and then just do that real quick and hit resampling, and then so you can hit resampling, and then it'll have a drop down, John, where you can then hit the extension for whatever thing you want to resample it from, and it'll just do that within like 2 or 3 clicks. It's actually like amazingly convenient for like doing stuff like that. And that's the main reason I would get like a compressor is to do that, where I don't necessarily have to like I said, use as many plugins. Like I could just have it on my tracks already ready to pop. And
Right.
like I think like there's like compressors that you can make presets with now, right? Like there has to be.
Um I mean probably. I haven't gotten there. In
Yeah.
all honesty.
I'm that's like what I'm mainly looking into is buying like I don't even like I got my interface like it's what I need, right? I need an interface. I've I've now been I'm sorry that like that we just are like completely
That's
I'm
fine.
just I'm because I'm like just starting to get into gear, like actual recording gear. And
Yeah.
I'm learning all about it. And like I'm learning that it's probably best to get a cloud lifter. And I know we've talked about this before, but but so this dude, I was like watching a video on it and he was explaining why they're important, and it'll just save your hardware.
Interesting.
Cuz like you're technically blowing your levels. Like I don't know I don't, the way he explained it was that it will destroy your hardware because like you're trying to like when you turn on your 48, the phantom power, just like without the cloud lifter, I'm pretty sure the way he was explaining it is like if your mic's like oh, and this happens with me a lot when I'm with my records specifically. Um, because like sometimes records are real quiet, sometimes they're real loud. You don't really know, and then when like you pop it on and it goes, bah! You're fucking my like shit just goes pops into the red. That's really bad, apparently. So if you have
Right.
the cloud lifter, I think it it's like a limiter, right? Like that's basically what it's doing is it's limiting to a point that it won't uh clip. But
I will tell you I don't know anything about it because I don't I just don't need it.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
It just is like
Anyway,
apparently something that it'll save. But yeah.
yeah. Anyway, as far as like my setup goes, I actually we made this big giant metal box at work for a job, and then the job canceled, and it was just a size like this box was never going to get reused, and it was kind of like we couldn't cut it up and like remake anything out of it. It was just too far down the line. So I took it home, and it fits it fits my rack pretty much perfectly. Like the box is a little big, but it's fine. Like it's perfect. So I have that box so that my rack is like if I'm sitting down, I can just reach over and like my everything's there. Like my outboard preamps, my outboard compressor, my interface, everything's right there, and Jax is just sitting on top of mine. So like boom, it's right there to my left. Huge thing, game changer was getting my monitors onto stands and off my desk. Um, Especially because now I'm running two like my studio monitors I was talking about, but I'm running two like computer monitors now. We'll talk more about that as well.
Oh, I know what you're
Change the
talking.
game.
Yeah,
But
that's that mono trick, right? Where you throw them strictly in mono, and listen
no, no, no,
through.
no, no. I'm no, I'm talking about computer
Yeah, I know.
monitors. Like display screens. You know what I'm saying? Like I have
Oh, you
yeah.
got two of them.
Yeah, I got two of them,
When'd
and
you
it's
grab the
perfect
second one?
because
That's what's up.
I once I upgraded my computer, I bought the because I got a Mac Mini, so I needed to buy one. I bought two at the same time. I was like,
Oh,
not even gonna
I
fuck
didn't know you
around.
had to. I thought you only were
Yeah,
rocking one. I was about to tell
no,
you it's
I
the biggest game changer of my life.
oh my god, it's fucking incredible, dude. It is incredible. But yeah, so like I couldn't have even done that without them with my studio monitors being on the desk. Like it wouldn't have all fit. So that was a game changer. And then to my right, my 7B is pretty much always there because I all the music I make for the most part is by myself.
Here's the question.
So
Here's the question. Do you sing sitting or standing?
standing.
What do you
Very rarely sitting, but usually standing. Especially because a lot of the stuff I'm like belting, and I don't want to be sitting and
What do you use
doing
to
that.
not pop filter, the isolation?
What do you mean,
Like I have like
like
an isolation shield.
yeah, no,
You just
nothing,
don't do that.
nope.
Corner.
My room is like pretty much every inch of wall is covered with sound treatment blankets. There's a couple like little things like some like extra bass traps that I want to get and whatnot, but
Yeah, me
all
too.
things all things considered, like shit is pretty much covered. Um So I found that there's not really a spot in my room, like with the 7B, because it's pretty like it's a mic where like the placement in the room isn't really gonna change the game.
Yeah.
Um, so
It's more about the
um,
placement of the singer.
yeah. I mean, it's just like it's the perfect mic for a room that isn't professionally treated. And yeah, like I could dabble with getting like one of those like sound shields or whatever, but like I would be more apt to do it if I was using a condenser, but I'm not. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just have like my 7B is always just like next to me, so it's ready to go when the inspiration hits. There's typically like a guitar ready to go, and that's just like that's what it looks like. Everything is in real close proximity to me. So cuz like dude, we're lazy. Like
Yeah.
I like I don't know.
Bro,
Like yeah, there's
I'm so
musicians that aren't
lazy.
lazy, but
I mean, I'm so lazy that I used to have armrests on my chair, but I was
yeah.
tired of like scooting to getting to things because my armrests were in the way.
Right.
So I removed my armrests. So like it's kind of backwards lazy where it's just like I can't be lazy. Like I can't just like chill.
Right.
But
Right.
also now, like if I'm trying to flip a record and I'm like, this fucking armrest is like just hitting my elbow in a way that I'm losing my concentration. So like it's so
Yeah.
dude, making music is so weird. Like okay, ready? I rearranged my monitors and I put a plant in the middle, like I showed you.
Mhm.
And now I love making music.
Yeah, right.
I it's fun. It's now fun because there's a plant in between. Like literally, when I'm literally on my Ableton push, I'm making a beat and I just look at this plant and I'm like, yo, I keep telling Jarrett I'm about to become the succulent man. I'm about to have this whole entire room cover. Like my idea is this corner is gonna be like succulent heaven. Um, big
Succulent
succulent plant.
City.
Put a little table where that art. What is that thing called?
What?
Ottoman.
Oh, the Ottoman, yes.
Ottoman. Otterman.
I literally, dude, I had no idea how Ottoman was actually spelled until I had to buy one. And
How
if
is
you
it
ask me
spelled?
right now, yeah, if I was just gonna say, if you asked me right now, I would not be
A
able to
is
spell it.
it A or
No,
O?
no, it's OD, and
Bullshit.
I'm almost positive.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that whoever made this word, wherever it came from, it's probably somewhere nice and
Yeah,
fancy. So I can't really talk
yeah,
shit on
right.
it. But um yeah.
But okay, so to transition more into like how, because we kind of already are, like how the setup affects the workflow. Like, yeah, I need everything in real close proximity to me. And also, like, if I can leave something set up, like that is ideal. Like, I don't want
Oh
to fuck
yeah.
around and like
Oh
set
yeah.
any like drum mics up when I'm doing my thing.
Well, that's
And
my main thing about getting like a compressor and a compressor. I said that so weird, but like getting like a compressor and like all like this like outboard gear because like I'm sure there's a way that I can just run it through then into the DAW. I gotta just figure it out. But like you know what I'm saying, where like my audio would go through that prior
yeah,
like
I
to
mean
my
that's like 90% of the use. Like my right now I have it routed so my main kick mic and my main snare mic are channels 1 and 2 of my mic preamp.
No, but I'm
Those
saying the audio from my Mac, right? Like
right.
like I'm trying to figure out. So this is I like it's a real quick sidetrack, but it's about gear. So it's this is the episode to talk about it. So my whole thing is if I get this gear is anything that I do gonna be running through this gear? Like, am I able to do that, or is that strictly like for me to be able to like you said, route the audio and then resample it through it? Because if that's all
Yeah,
I'm
I
able
mean
to do,
there's two workflows. Um the only way I've ever considered using my compressor is like say I'm doing vocals, right? 7B into the compressor, into the interface, into the DAW. It's already compressed the way I want it. Like
okay,
maybe I'll have to do a little something in the box, but like that is the main workflow with an outboard
okay,
compressor.
you know
The
what?
wild the wild workflow is say I do a guitar take and I don't want to use my compressing plugin. I want to do it on my shit. I would have to send that audio back out of Pro Tools into the compressor, back into the interface, I believe, and then write that
That
back
sounds
in
so
Pro
annoying.
Tools compressed. Yeah, and that's why I don't like when I'm mixing, like I'm not using my
Yeah,
outboard
yeah,
compressor. It's fucking too difficult. I'm just not there yet. Like I'm only compressing going in. And I
yeah,
try to go like really light because like I don't want to absolutely like fuck up and crush it going in cuz then you can't save that, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. So yeah,
So,
okay. So all right. I think I know what the purpose for if I was to get that. And it's so I've been like I've said in like the last two episodes, I'm on a big um flipping records and stuff binge right now. And
yeah, right.
I found a website for people who if you're trying to be a little more professional with your stuff and you're flipping stuff and you want it to get passed and licensed, it's called Tracklib. You can literally find the track, the record, whatever you flipped on Tracklib, buy the license, download it. If you're like, say you're sitting here and you're looking for uh fuck, why am I only thinking of James Brown? I just used one of his things. Uh hit me in a
Yeah,
track. But so like say you're looking for James Brown, that track with Hit Me in it, right? You can find it on that website and then download it, and then you can buy the license for whatever. It's like 50, 100, and then 150. So like 50 is C. So I guess like class C is like the low, and then CC is the second class, which is 100, and then CCC, which is 150. Well, basically what I'm saying is I've been on a binge of just now, like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start crate digging, and if I start getting shit that's real nice and like I actually can, because right, so it's kind of the Wild West with sampling, I'm learning. um
mhm,
and if I'm not asking for money and I'm not putting it on Spotify or any of these things that I get money for, I don't think I can get in trouble, right? Because like
right.
people go live and flip records and do that live, and they don't get in trouble. They don't get claims. They don't get sued because it's a performance. It's You're allowed to do that, right? Like it's like a cover. You're allowed to perform covers. So I think it's like the same thing. It's weird, but so recently I've been on this thing where I'm flipping records. I use my and oh, bro, I lost my train of thought. But basically, what I'm like getting at is that I've been using my record player, and it would be useful for that. Like if I got a compressor, because I could just like literally run all of my records through like, um,
Well, yeah,
ooh,
you could go record
ooh,
player, mixer, out of the mixer into the compressor, out of the compressor into the interface, and you can like fuck with that
bro,
any way you want.
I'm starting to think even crazier. Flanger, throw some fucking like, bro, like building like a board, like think about. Hold on, that could be my thing. That could be my thing, dude. Like
It could be, yeah.
flipping records and then like having like actual pedals and effects and stuff, like hardware effects. Like usually people are just using an SP404 or a SP202 or 303. But like if I start buying like really cool like old analog 80s gear to like fucking like, bro, I have to write this down. This is a good idea. So
It's a good
like,
idea. It sounds like an expensive hobby, but I mean, like, it's also sounds sick.
bro, it would be amazing. Like just doing like, dude, just imagine I go up there, I have a fucking milk crate, right? Somebody's like,
Yeah.
what's this dude about to do? I bring my fucking Audio Technica record player that I bought for $100, my Ableton Push, all my like shit, my laptop, put it down. People staring at me like, what's this dude about to do?
Right.
Then I open a backpack, and this backpack has all this fucking board. Like it's like a board of gears and stuff, and then like gears. That's weird. A bunch of gear and stuff. Gear. That's, why is
Gear and
gear?
stuff.
Why does gear sound weird right now when I said it? Probably because I've said it like 10 times. But then I like start fucking like flipping shit into Ableton, and like while I'm flipping it, I'm like making stuff sound weird. And dude, it could be a
I
cool
was
thing.
thinking too, it could be a really cool thing for your live stream because like anyone can go on live and like, send the record into Ableton and then like start fucking with
So
it
you can't
with
do
all
live
these like
streams though.
interesting,
You can't do live streams because you can make donations,
interesting.
so you can get paid. So you can't do live streams. So like I couldn't okay, right? Let's say this. Let's say I buy a like so the whole trick with sampling is being able to take one piece of something, right? And well, the way that I'm sampling like Boom-Bap, taking one piece of like one track and flipping it as many possible ways and finding it like so like I could go onto TrackClip, buy the license, and then I'll be able to do it live. You know what I mean? Like so
Right.
there's ways to do it live, but like go on to what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just saying it could be like a cool idea for your live streams because anyone can like grab a sample from a record and like fuck with it in the box, but it would be I feel like it would be a much more engaging process to be like, okay, like here's this record. It's going to hit this whole fucking effects chain before it even goes into Ableton, you
Yeah.
know?
Like and then I'm just like doing like weird knob stuff and people are like he took a so that would be a weird thing. Would that hold on, here's my thing. I could argue this in court. Is that the same record? If it doesn't sound anything like it won't. If it's going through like a flanger, chorus,
Get a pitch
phaser,
shifter too if you
and
really
like,
want to.
yeah, like, would it be even the same thing? You know, dude, you know me. You know what I would do. Like, I'm already, like I was saying, I'm already on doing some risky shit. I'm uploading like full on like acapellas. Like, okay, so basically what I'm doing recently is making my own boom bap beats and then throwing like a rapper's acapella and then just pitching it and then releasing it.
Right.
If I get hit with anything, like fuck it. But like a lot of these guys are also sampling. So this is how I'm thinking about it. I'm taking rappers who understand the sample game and putting it out. So when they hear it, they'll either be like, damn, bro, like this kid's sampling some cool shit and I'm on it. Or they'll be like, take it down.
Where's my money?
Yeah. I mean, like the worst that could happen is they ask me for money or to take it down. And I go, I'll take it down. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like it's not a big issue to me. Like fuck it. I don't care to make money. I
Yeah.
just want to express my art. But
Yeah.
I don't know how we got onto this tangent. We were talking about compressors and stuff, but that's
Yeah, I
the
don't know
two
either,
dudes,
but it
two
was
dolls.
that's our format is
Yeah.
no format.
Yeah. Zero.
Um
Actually, you know, it's funny. We're trying format right now, guys. I just
we
want,
are we are working on a little bit.
I think it's working. But so we're talking about how our setups motivate us in the process of recording. That's what we're really talking about. And I guess that record thing implies or it helps out or whatever it matters here. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for me what I was kind of getting at was I need everything ready to go as quickly and easily as possible. Like I have a wireless keyboard behind my drums so I can like control Pro Tools while sitting behind the drum set. Like that's important. Um and and then like I lay down drums, I come back over to the actual captain's chair, open up Focusrite control, switch input 1 to instrument. My guitar is already plugged in sitting next to me. I start laying down guitar, and then I don't know, depending on what I do, but yeah, like I'll usually like drums, lay down the guitar over it,
Bro,
and then the 7Bs. What's up?
can I give you a hint or an idea? Buy an
Sure.
iPad.
Right.
You can AirPlay your Mac now onto your iPad.
Right,
So
right,
you
right.
screen share your iPad, put that shit right in front of your drum kit.
Oh, oh, I'm already been going there.
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah, I'm like one step away from
Just
like
monitor.
going full like shit behind the drum set, but I haven't quite needed it yet, so I've held back, but
Dude,
soon enough.
I would lose my fucking mind not being able to see Ableton while recording. Lose my mind.
I can see it. Because my drums are in my tiny little room, so I can see it.
Oh, I forgot you moved everything. I forgot you're not doing this
Yeah.
all out. I forgot, dude. I
No,
forgot
no,
your
I'm all
situation
in the
now.
same room.
I mean,
So
we do the podcast in a whole different room, so I haven't seen your room in
yeah, right.
what, like a year. Dude, I don't even think I've
It's
actually
been a while.
physically. I don't think I. No, I have physically seen it, but like not
It
fully
came over
finished.
that one time, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Has it
but we
changed
weren't
since?
not a whole lot,
New
but I am
computers.
excited for you to like come like when it's not like real COVID hours, I'm excited for you to come over and we
Well,
can
dude, you
just
know
make
I'm
some
good for
stuff.
4 months. So like, if
Yeah,
you got it,
yeah.
like I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. You can hit me up, be like, bro, I got COVID. I'll be like, that's sweet. I don't.
Right.
So
But yeah, so like it does affect my productivity just having the ease, lay down the drums, boom, walk back, lay down the guitar, the 7Bs right next to me. If you're not using templates, I would highly recommend, it doesn't matter the DAW, like create a template. Like
I use a
I
template every day.
yeah, man, like you just have to. Like any session I open, I start out and the template changes as I like go on and figure out more of like I absolutely want to have all these things like just there
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I can keep
Recently,
the
I've been
workflow going.
deleting shit. Like I'll
Yeah.
like open my template, John, and then just delete everything, and then I'm like, all right. But the whole important thing with templates, I think, is that like if you don't use a template and you make good music, listen to me. You have the biggest dick on the planet because that is fucking phenomenal that you can go onto a blank page and be able to create. Like if I didn't have
I don't even think it's as much phenomenal as it is like I respect that you have that much time on your hands because I don't.
Yeah, I mean, like I open it up and I have my EQs all set up. Every fucking track has an EQ. There is not one track without an EQ. And then every track has a utility plugin because uh, I knob a lot of the gains and stuff and automate and shit. So the utility
Right.
plugin is amazing. But
Yeah. And on motivation, I'm real into to being clean. I'm real into cable management. Now I'll be the first person to tell you that like behind my rack it looks like a fucking disaster, but in front of it it looks beautiful. I've literally spent time like making sure the cables are run to my aesthetically pleasing desires, you know.
Dude, I have an
Um
idea for TikTok, and I know this is mid podcast, but fuck it. You're gonna come over. Listen. You're gonna come over. We're gonna film a quick video of you, uh, like dressed up as like a stepdad giving cable management advice, and you're gonna help me
okay.
fucking manage my cables. So I need, I
Yeah, we
need,
can do
I
that.
need high-waisted khakis. I need a sweater vest. I need a cardigan, and then
I
I
have
need
one.
a polo shirt under the cardigan, brown belt,
I have one of those too.
belly button above the belly button, glasses.
All right,
I have a
I'll
whole
do my
image.
best.
Yeah.
I like it. It'll be fun.
This is, and the reason I did it during the podcast is because it is now etched in history that you have to do this. So whenever we're cleared to
Yeah.
actually whenever we feel safe, you're gonna come over and we'll record that, because that is gonna
Yeah,
be
it
a
sounds
great
like a good
idea.
time.
That's gonna be the first
Yeah.
two dudes, two dolls TikTok.
Right.
Um,
Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm real into like cleanliness and cable management and accessibility, and I think just walking into my studio and it is clean, like that just brings a sense of peace and comfort into my little tiny heart.
with
And then
peace
I
and love,
start thinking about, like, I don't have to be like, oh, this looks like a fucking train wreck while I'm trying to write a song. Like,
dude. It's
I can just be
actually,
like, oh, this is cool.
it hurts. Like, okay, ready? My cable management is shit. Uh, so let me when you go to a furniture store, a company that predominantly sells furniture, right?
Yes.
Not even
We're
predominantly.
out here at Jaren's, bro.
Okay, Jaren's, look, cool. I went to IKEA. I get a table. I buy the table. IKEA goes, hey, hold on. It don't got legs. Now, hear me out. How are you going to sell me an $80 desk that's 80 inches with that? Literally asked me, do you want to go home with the table and wait for me to deliver the legs, or do you want to wait until the legs are in stock? My persistent ass goes, give me the fucking table. So
Just give me it.
just fucking give me it. So right now my cable management is not great because I don't have the legs in yet. So I'm not really caring all that much about how the cables are looking. Cause once the legs come in, um,
You're gonna
I'm
have to
gonna,
fuck it all up anyway.
yeah, I'm gonna have to unwire every fucking thing. So what, but I'm buying the cool little like snakes that go on the back of your desk, and it's like a pouch,
Mm.
and the pouch drops, and you just place all your cables there.
DM me or bang my line with the link.
Yeah,
That is
it's fucking
that
hard.
is official
Yeah,
Jerry content. I
yeah.
am so into that.
So it's just like
Yeah.
you just drop it all in there, and guess what? You're not really supposed to, like, you know how people are bunching their cables up. I like you kind of,
No, don't fucking bunch them cables up,
and
bro. Let them shits.
yeah. So it's actually better to just let like they naturally will, like, you know how they naturally kind of get tangled up after just being together and shit. Like it's actually kind
Mm.
of probably best for that to happen rather than you forcing the wires in a way that shouldn't, like.
Yeah, no. I don't do that, and that's why the back of my rack looks like a mess because everything's just like hanging. But like even in front, like it's not bunched up. Like every wire is like they're like every cable they're laying flat next to each other.
Dude, you know what
And
you
it's
can
just
do? You can
what's
buy
up?
a snake, the snake Johns, cut them in half,
I
and then
have I have a snake.
wait, you already have one?
Oh well, it's Jack's. I received the snake in the merger. I just haven't brought it out yet
Wait.
because it's a 50-foot snake. And
Oh, you're talking for like actual extension. Okay, no, I'm talking like the ones that, like the one behind the desk situation that I was talking about.
oh.
But you cut that in half, right? And then you put it behind where your cables are for your racks, so then they're just hanging in the sacks. rather than
Okay.
all out and like possibly hitting the other cable. Bro, this is going to save all of our lives, not just mine. This is going to
I
save,
love hanging in the sack.
dude, we all just got to
I've been
hang out.
hanging in the sack since before I was born, bro.
Dude, I knew a kid who's sacked it and dropped.
Mm.
It's a
R.I.P. Pour one out for the man.
dude, and they never would. So my boy
But
just had skin.
okay, so I mean, like this. If we're gonna get technical, the sack dropped. Just there's it's an empty. It's more like an empty pouch.
Bro, that shit's still in his stomach.
Okay. Uh, Carrying on. Let's get far away from all this. Before it gets crazy. Um.
Yeah.
Let's go. Two dudes, two dolls. Two of your favorite pieces of recording gear. Whatever you want. What do you like?
All right, so this is what I got, right? I'm just gonna name my recording gear, and then you can
No, only
understand my
two.
situation.
Only two.
Okay. Then my record player, if I can use that,
Yeah,
because
for
I don't
sure.
really have actual instruments I record. Um, and my mixer. It's like
Mm,
literally the two things I own.
all
So
right.
yeah.
I'm surprised you're not going for the push.
Well, I mean, like we are we talking recording gear? Or can I say instrument like my MIDI instruments? Because MIDI instruments, I'm just gonna go fucking push, and then I'm gonna go my launch pad, um, because my launch pad, I literally when I'm done flipping my sample on my push, my launch pad is how I organize the beat and actually make the groove and shit. So like that combination is like so important to me that like if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be able to actually flip samples as well as I am. But
Yeah.
if we're talking just recording, I mean, like what I got is a mixer, a record player, and an interface, and like that's my recording gear.
Right.
So, and then I would say my
So
record
for
player and mixer.
yeah, that's
So
cool.
that's why it's a hard thing for me. I don't really have gear like that.
For me, I guess I kind of looked at the question a different way because the question is your favorites, not necessarily like most important. But I guess I like in hindsight, I kind of took it as most important. So I went with my 7B and my claret. I don't even know if it's claret
Claret.
or what.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
clarinet, but no net and no
Yeah, I
claro.
think I just want to call it the claret because it sounds like it's got a little hipness in it.
Claret.
but
Yeah.
but anyway, it's funny, bro. My name's Jarrett and it's spelled very similar and I should just know like Jarrett Claret, you know.
Huh.
But anyway, so yeah, the claret and now I can't say it. Now it feels weird. But yeah, that guy and my 7B. And the reason why they're my favorite slash most important is because if I had my computer and my doll and those two things, and that's all I was allowed to use, I could still make a pretty cool sounding record,
Oh yeah,
and I'm talking full production, like drums and all. Like, if that's all I can use, I can make a record, you know?
bro. If I had a compressor, I can make a record fully just with compression.
Interesting. Well, let's talk.
Yeah,
Let's run that into your two favorite plugins.
easy, easy. RC20.
Let's
Let
hear
me
it.
let me. If you listen, for anybody who
Send it.
is
Send it.
on the side of Jarrett's of just recording instruments, if you don't know what RC20 is, uh, you're fucking up. I was actually ranting to Jarrett on how he needs to get this plugin. Uh, it just adds texture to your track or your your like song. So basically you can make it sound like a VHS, but then it has like a magnitude meter, so you can lower the amount of magnitude that it's like it's it's dry wet knob. so you can lower it. It gives like a vinyl crackle to it, but it has like different vinyls. It'll have like it has like VHS. It'll have like a radio. It just has like a bunch of like knobs that you can really dial in specifically to like the exact sound that you want it to be. Um, it's literally I use it on everything, on my master, on single tracks, on every RC20, on everything, every single thing that if I'm my kick drum, no, actually my 808s, no. My hi-hats, no. But the bus of my hi-hats, like my tops bus, that's what I call my hi-hat, snare, tambourine, whatever that, like anything that's like, the top percussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then a second plugin would be utility. Any
Mm.
utility plugin. Everybody has a utility plugin in their DAWs. I don't know if it's literally called utility for you, but it is that plugin that so it has stereo width, it has mono control, it has a gain control, it has like the pan control, but it's all in one plugin. But most DAWs have it. But that would be my second favorite because if I didn't have this plugin, automation, all of the stuff that I do would like it's so easy. I just am like, oh, I want this to be fucking mono, and I'll just swap it real quick by like moving it on my push. It's
Hmm.
pretty cool. But that's my two
Interesting.
favorite. What's yours?
Um, I'm going Fab Filter Pro Q. Um, and again with this question, I think I kind of looked at it as like could like two things that I need to make a record that could be released into the world. Um,
Are you
Fab
these?
Filter Pro Q, because it is just like I'm still like haven't fully like um I haven't used it to its fullest potential. It is a super powerful EQ. It has dynamics on it, and yeah, it's just a great plugin. And for my second plugin, because like I said, I was thinking in the context of like I can only use two plugins on a record, right? Like
Oh,
because the Pro Q has some dynamics on it, like I need a reverb, bro. Like, and you know me, like I don't cake my shit in reverb, but I need a reverb. Like I use it, I blend it nicely. It needs to be there. That's just what it is.
I
The
don't use
plugin,
reverb that much.
really?
Yeah, I
I
actually don't really use reverb at all.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
think I think if like anyone, well, it depends. Like some of the ornamental shit is pretty caked because that's kind of the vibe of that band. Like if you listen to my music, I don't think it's caked. It's totally there. Like there ain't no doubt about it. But like I don't cake it on. But it's like I need it. And I use a bunch actually, but my favorite, my kind of go-to is the Abbey Roads plates.
Dude, that's
That's what I
that's
like.
a that's a great reverb plugin.
Yeah, man. I you can do a lot with that thing, and I like it.
Yeah,
Um, all right, let's run it. Two gear once.
easy, bro. I want the Micro Brute by Arturia. It's a synth, which would
Mm-hmm.
actually be my first actual instrument that I would act like that I've ever actually owned. I mean, I've owned a guitar before, but like I don't really count. I guess the push is like a real instrument because like it's a MIDI instrument, which then it means it controls many other instruments. But
Right.
yeah, a synth first would be really dope. And then I kind of really just want um a 7B.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Because like I'm really getting into wanting to use Foley and aspects like that in my music, and the 7B would really be a game changer rather than this AT20, which is a great mic. AT20 is great if you're just recording vocals. But 7B is really dope for if I'm like recording keys and making that, because it's directional, right? Like they're directional mics, not condensers.
Yeah, I mean they're dynamics and
Dynamic.
yes. Um
But
so my gear wants um are it's pretty basic because I have like I have all the essentials that I need. I really do.
yeah,
There's nothing like I mean, I always want a new guitar. I always want new cymbals, but like I don't I don't need that, and that would not be anywhere near the top of the list of my next purchase for the studio. What is at the top of the list is the PreSonus Fader Port 8. Um
the fuck's that?
it's it's an outboard. It's just like it's like a controller, but it's got, it's got actual faders to push on it. They're motorized. You can do a lot of stuff with it, whether it just be like writing automation, like you can record off of it. I think I I'm not for sure about this, but I think I could run a session off of it. Like I think that could be like obviously I'm going to need the keyboard during mixing, but I'm talking about like running a recording session. Like I think I could run a recording
How much
session
is
off
it?
of it. Not that much. I'd have to look it up. I mean, it's an investment, but it's not that bad. And they
Above
have
a
like
thousand?
no, I don't think so. I think they're like I think that the 8 channel one is like $500 maybe.
That's
I
not
don't
bad.
know. I haven't looked at it in a while
Ooh.
because I try not to go down that road too often of like
Yeah,
going
it's very
online
fucking
and just
dangerous.
drooling. Yeah, it's
I had to
dangerous.
cancel
So
a
I
synth order. I literally was about to buy that microbrew. Remember when I told you I bought a synth?
yeah,
I canceled the order. Canceled it like 2 days
yeah,
after I probably talked to you about it. I was like, it's coming in. And then I was like, nah, it's not coming in no more. Not anymore.
yeah. Another reason why I really, really want this thing is because um I really want to be able to push and pull bands on an EQ while having control of the fader. So I want to see like what happens. Like this is just a random example, but like I want to see what happens and how it sounds if I'm with my mouse pushing 1K or 2K on a vocal while pulling the volume fader down and just like having those controls happening at the same time. That was I think we talked about this dude Gregory Scott either on the last podcast or like in the before or after or something. But he does a whole thing about like especially for EQing vocals, like being able to control the bands and the fader at the same time. Like I really want to get into it because I see the merit in being able to do it simultaneously.
Well,
So
I can tell you firsthand, having the Ableton push, which is like a controller for Ableton, I don't really have to touch the mouse or keyboard. It's a whole different experience. Like I actually feel like I'm playing while I'm recording. Like I'm
mm,
well, and I obviously am playing music while I'm recording. That's the whole thing about making beats. But it's like it's different. Like before, I felt like I was just making beats, but now I kind of feel like I'm like doing more. So like I could
Mm,
understand why that would be the same feeling in mixing and like recording a band live like you are. Um, because that it'd also probably be fucking amazing not having to sit here and like take your mouse when you're trying to like fucking raise something and like keep like that's my biggest pet peeve about when I'm recording is like um when I'm like turning something up, I like take my mouse and have to like keep moving my hand until it's like ready. But like with a
mm-hmm.
knob, it's like you're moving your finger and it just feels better than just cause like I don't know, bro. That's uncomfortable. Like personally,
No, I get it.
when you're messing with the reverb knob and you want it to be at 68%, but you keep having to move it and then it goes like 76 and you're like, come on, dude. Like I'm just trying to get it 10% lower. It's easier
Right.
with a knob than your mouse. It makes a
Yeah.
whole difference.
Yeah.
Um,
My other gear one is very, very
come here.
basic. And what's up, Kai?
He's arguing.
My 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 next gear
Come here.
one is very basic, not really recording related, and not exciting at all. But I know you can relate because I want a new desk.
Oh
I want a
yeah,
new
dude.
desk.
It really. How big? How big we talking? We talking 80 inches like me, bro? I got that long dick.
I don't I don't know how big or what style. I just know that I'll tell a story real quick. I had the desk that is in my studio right now used to be up here in this office. I took it downstairs. I had to. Anyway, in the process of getting it from the second floor to down 2 flights to the basement, um, it the thing fell apart, dude. Like I literally broke it trying to get it down. Um, and I tried to do well at like I tried to do it the right way and like deconstruct it, and I was like deconstructing it enough to get it down my stairs, but in that process, like I didn't fully take the thing apart, and I was moving it by myself, which I shouldn't have been, and I just like I don't know, something happened, and I broke a bunch of shit. I managed to get it together, and it is
Dude,
sturdy,
go to
but it's
IKEA. They're like $80.
I know. I just haven't been in the mood to take everything off my desk, and like I only have so much free time, Luke, and
Make
I
it
use
fun,
most of
bro.
that. I understand, but I'm just not there yet. I'm not ready to do it, but I want to do it. I'm gonna do it soon because the desk is kind of falling apart. Like I kick the one side panel on it over all the time because it's not secure.
Bro, that's how I feel about my desk right now. If nobody knows this, obviously, because I would never show the underneath of my desk right now. It's disgusting. So what's currently holding up my desk, right? In two
Mm-hmm.
corners, I have my speaker stand. So now my speakers are on my desk. Whatever, that's
Right.
what I'm living with right now because I don't have any uh stands or like legs for my desk still. In the middle is a what are they called? Like a little side table with
Yeah.
a drum pad and then like 15 or 20 records just stacked up on top of each other. Records that don't matter that really probably are probably going to sound better warped than actually in great condition. And they're all stacked up and that's holding the middle of the desk.
Right.
And then I have a DVD holder holding the back right corner. So currently right now, I feel your pain. Anytime I move the desk, watch. This is me just touching it. It doesn't really, but like still, like it
Yeah. I
shakes,
see.
bro.
I see you wiggling.
I don't like it. I got a
Yeah.
fucking $1,000 Mac just sitting on my fucking desk.
Dude, I that's what I think about all the time. Like every time I kick the side panel over, like there's enough support. Like nothing happens when I do that, But
You
I'm
better
like,
knock on wood right fucking now.
yeah. Oh, but I'm like, man, what happens that one day where too much of it falls apart? I have a lot of money sitting on that fucking desk, you know. Um,
Yeah, me too. Actually, I never thought about it like that. Besides my
yeah,
Mac, I have my push, which this thing can, I think, take a little bit of a beating. I
right,
mean, I think they purposely made it so you can travel with as well. So,
right.
but
Um, yeah, well, we're getting to the end here.
yeah.
Let's hit your plug-in once, two plug-in once.
Oh, Altar Boy, Little Altar Boy, Little Altar Boy, Little Altar Boy by Sound Toys. That's what I really am wanting. I want that so fucking bad, dude. That is the plugin I need. So what it is a pitch corrector. It's like auto
Okay.
tune, but not auto tune. Fuck that subscription that you have to do now. You can't just buy auto tune anymore. Like, I don't like subscriptions. I'm done with them. I hate subscriptions. Stop it. Stop this fucking whatever this subscription turnover is. I'm tired of it. I hate it. I want to own the plugins. Like fucking bundle shit and charge me $1,000. I don't give a shit. I'm an adult. I have that money now. Just
Right.
like give me the like yeah. So autotune, I am pretty sure, I have not really looked into it, but from what everybody's keeping, like, they are all talking about that autotune is now subscription based. I don't fuck with that. I want to own stuff. I want to own it. I'm tired of like, because like right now
Yeah.
I don't have any of my Slate digital plugins because I'm not paying the $10 monthly fee because I have other subscriptions I care about, and I'm poor and I haven't worked in like in 7 days, so I'm extra poor now. But
Gucci. I'm an adult. I have that kind of money. Also, I'm an adult and I'm poor.
well, dude, the one issue about being an adult is that I do have that money. But Kai, come here. Dogs, guys. We're having to train my cat and the dog that my roommate just got, and Kai does not like it. And here's the thing that I'm really confused about. Here's the main thing that I'm like, do you not understand what's outside of that door? Because every time I open it, the dog looks in, Kai looks at the dog, and Kai goes, "Oh shit," and he runs away. And I'm like, so you understand there's a beast that, by the way, the dog's a loving dog, and I don't think will attack my cat, but Kai is terrified of the big dog. So then I'm like, so why are you at the door trying to get out if the dog is going to just scare you back into the room that you are trying to get out? I'm so confused by it. I don't
Right,
get it.
right.
Curiosity killed the cat, as they say, but
Literally.
literally. So my second plugin one would probably be Omnisphere. Uh, I, if you make beats, like when I say that, you probably are salivating right now when I say Omnisphere. Um, but it's $500. What it is it's a sampler, but like not like a sampler like you're thinking of. It's like how samplers originally started, where you like somebody sampled a piano and then you can play that piano on your keyboard. It's not like you
Mm,
sampling, it's rather a sampling, like it's instruments, just instruments. Like it's like a VST
right.
with a bunch of instruments. That's the best way to explain it. I gotta explain these things to Jerry because Jerry ain't on the MIDI game yet, guys. Jerry, you know
Yeah, I ain't
why?
about that life.
Pro Tools barely has a MIDI game because Pro Tools is from like 1921 or whatever. Like before the computer was created, some guy was already making Pro Tools on a rock. You know what I mean? That's how it was working. Um,
They do
but
call me grandpa.
no, I call you stepdad.
You call
I
me
don't call.
grandpa too
Yeah, I do.
on Discord.
Yeah, yeah, dude, but you couldn't. Hold on. This whole thing on Discord, he literally could not figure out how to use Discord. He couldn't set his mic up, and I'm like, Jarrett. So it's come a long way. Like he knows how to do a podcast now. Like think about it. He didn't know how to set up his audio interface for Discord. Like
Dude, it was giving me problems.
Yeah, but like, do you
Give me
understand
problems.
do you understand what the problems were now?
Yeah, probably.
No, he doesn't even know.
Me.
But we had to call him Grandpa because every time we would talk to him, also he would accidentally leave the fucking Discord. Like, he would every fucking we'd be talking, he'd be mid sentence, and then he would leave, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Oh, I accidentally left." And we're like, "Dude, how many times can you accidentally leave?" Like it would happen 3 or 4 times a live chat. But yeah, so Omnisphere and Alter Boy. My question for you is, what is your plugin ones? I'm curious actually.
Yeah. So a friend of mine was just telling me about this thing. It's literally told me about it last night, so I haven't fully looked into it and decided if I want to cop it. But I really like the idea of it, and it's called the SonarWorks Reference
I
4.
told you about that, you piece of shit.
Yeah, you told me about that too.
I told you about this like last fucking week. Remember the thing I was just like, "Yo, download this thing.
Yeah,
It'll help you mix."
it was funny because I was looking it up before we did this podcast, and I was like, I kind of feel like Luke was telling me about this too,
Who told you about it?
but Andrew Pillay.
So, yeah, I told you about, okay, yeah, that thing's cool, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know, like I don't know if I need it, but I think it could be cool.
I think you need it.
Yeah. Um,
So, dude, it's
the
only
other
like
one is so yeah, it's not that bad. The other one is so you know when you texted me about that isotope deal?
mhm,
So
I got it.
now I got it too. Now what I don't understand is I had I had the whole RX8 bundle as like a demo. Like and it's like fucking like going back to the old days. It's like WinRAR. Remember WinRAR where you
Yeah.
could just like download the free trial and it just never ended.
Yeah.
um it was like that. And when I bought this isotope thing, it it gave me some of the RX8 like um noise or audio like
Yeah, the D2 and
yeah.
whatever else.
Yeah. So but like most of the ones, not to mention my fucking favorite one, my favorite two, mouth declick and deplosive. Those are the best two. Mouth declick works on everything so well there. I don't know why, and maybe I'm just stupid, but it works really good. Like every time I have like a little clicking noise in a guitar part, mouth declick for some reason does a better job for me than just plain old declick. I don't know why, but mouth declick, I can't say enough about it, and deplosive, and they're both gone. And I'm like, okay, well maybe I can just like download the trial like bundle thing again for the rest of them. But I'm just like, fuck it, dude. Like I've used them enough. Like I might as well just like give them my money for the whole for the rest of the pack. So yeah.
You bought RX8? Or oh no, that's the other thing you want. Okay, true. True.
Yeah.
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 Isotope just be rocking with their fucking plugins, bro.
Yeah, man.
I give them a top 10. Look at this guy
Yeah.
behind me. Look at him. Um,
Trying to
yeah,
yeah.
I guess that's like a good ending point. We got through everything.
Yeah.
My cat's about to fucking start. It's about his time to start crying and moaning because he knows he's about to get let out in like 30-40 minutes. So he's getting
Yeah.
cranky. But I think we're
It's
doing
Jerry's bedtime, bro.
yeah, and also I think we're going to be doing 2 podcasts this week. This was just a random. I hit up Jarrett today and was like, let's do one. Saturday, we will actually have our very first guest, Jack Mydell, the dude, um, the guy who's been referenced more than any person that's ever been referenced in this podcast.
That is true. I
We're-
won't shut the fuck up about old Jackie.
so we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna try to not make it like an interview thing where we're just sitting him down and being like Jay Leno ass over here and asking and just asking questions and shit. But yeah, so we're gonna try this guest shit out. He'll probably be a reoccurring guest. Because see, he's already getting into it. I'm telling you, this is a great time. But yes, he'll probably be a reoccurring guest. I'm excited for
Yeah.
that. I know Jarrett's
Yeah,
very
me too.
excited.
That's my man.
But I think we're gonna start taking this little podcast a little more serious. That was the main reason we even did this. I called him today and I was like, "Yo, I think we can, really make this a real fun thing." So we got a few things planned up our sleeve. We got one that we're gonna work on. That I think all of you will really like. It's gonna be a little more entertaining and a little different compared to just us sitting here. Could be
Yes.
educational for the both of us, I guess. And
Yeah.
you know, it might involve us learning a little bit about some softwares and how to entertain you people.
Yeah, man.
But we have some things that we're gonna make it a little more fun. Um, and
Yeah.
I'm excited because I saw so I'm on Anchor and I can see how many people have viewed. And within the last month, bro, we've had like 35 views. Like that makes me kind of having more than 5 and like not my mom makes me fucking happy
Yeah.
that's like a
Yeah,
thing that's
man.
going on. And um so thank you
Yeah.
for everybody already who's just been watching. Big shout out to Nick Fizz. Dude, the episode wasn't up when we put it out on YouTube, and he hit my line so quick. Sam as well, our Delaware boy, right? Delaware? Is that no? Where's Sam from? Sam's from on tour.
What?
We went on a
Some like Momentize Sam?
yeah.
Oh, I love that motherfucker. They're from Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah. Sam, same thing happened. He was like, yo, I can't find it on Spotify. Well, let me tell you, Anchor fucked up and I had to go through customer service with them and they still haven't really fully fixed their mess up. But so when we first made this podcast, we were going to call it,
Oh.
we called reference of where we got the name, which was Two Dudes or Two Girls, One Cup. That's kind of where the reference kind of came from, oddly enough. Also because
Bro,
it's two
please
guys.
cut this out.
Really?
I hate this.
Why?
No, it's fine. No,
Yeah, I
it's
was about
fine.
to say. No, but now you made me lose my train of thought. Fuck. But
Anyway, yeah, Anchor fucked up, but we love you, Anchor, and everyone who does a podcast should use Anchor.
yeah, use Anchor. You'll hear it in the beginning of this fucking podcast, no matter what. But anyways, shout out to Sam, shout out to Nick for being our content police, making sure we're up to our fucking par.
Fuck yeah.
But it's Two Dudes, Two Dolls. It's spelt TWO dudes, TWO dolls on everything. And then if you're really having issues, linktree.com/2D2D. So easy. Just linktree.com/2D2D. You'll get everything, all of our links, everything will be there.
Love it.
But
All right, yeah.
yeah, I gotta pee. I gotta take care of this fucking animal behind me. Jarrett got to go to bed because he's an old man.
Yes.
So this will be up. This will be a surprise Thursday episode for you people. And then
Sweet.
Saturday we'll have our daily, or Sunday we'll have another episode for you guys. I keep forgetting that our episodes come out a day after we record them. So I gotta stop breaking the third wall here. And
All right,
okay.
everyone.
Yep.
We've gone on long enough. We love you, Gucci. I love you too, buddy.
Yes, of course, brother. I'll talk to you
All right.
later.
Yep, later.